wasn't long ago that over 2,000 senior citizens from all over Alberta came together for 3 days of fitness, fellowship, and fun. That was the theme for the Alberta Seniors Games this year. It's an event which takes place every 2 years in a different community within the province. And the Games of 2001 were hosted here in Lethbridge from July 24th to the 27th. They officially got underway with the blessing of the torch and the start of the torch relay, and Shaw TV and Global News were at the Games from beginning to end.
As the burning flame made its grand entrance into Lethbridge, hundreds of eager participants watched closely as the cauldron was ignited. For more than 1,200 seniors coming to Lethbridge this week, these games give them a chance to showcase their athletic and artistic skill, no matter what age. Just ask 90-year-old Grace Marshall-Say of Lethbridge, a longtime competitor in the games. She looks forward to the event every 2 years.
I started the Senior Games in 1982. I was swimming and they said, would you come into the games? And I didn't know even what it was all about, so I went, and so I've been going since then, and it's just been fantastic.
And with that, the Senior Games began. Mayor David Carpenter had the honors of kicking off the 10-kilometer journey with the torch, as it was passed on to over 75 seniors throughout the city.
We have some that are running, and some that are walking, and some are in wheelchairs.
As the relay wound its way through the streets, there were lots of smiles and pride among those lighting the way, even when the showers began. Frank and Helen Little are celebrating 4 generations with their children and grandchildren, and despite the rain, they were great sports.
Okay, thanks, Travis.
As Grace Marshall-Say carries the torch through the final leg of the journey, she knows these games will be about celebrating and showing the world her and her fellow competitors are able.
I don't think any of these people think of themselves as being elderly, to be honest with you.
Brian Hurlbert, Global News.
Gus Harrisville, the 83-year-old Nordbridge Senior Center past president, took up the torch. Gus was instrumental in bringing the games to Lethbridge and is a member of the 2001 Alberta Seniors Games Board of Directors. The game's mascot, Sir Gus, is named after him.
I've been to the games since 1990. In 92 it was St. Paul, and, 92 was Medicine Hat, and then to Lacombe, St. Paul, Three Hills. And at Three Hills, I says to myself, I said, why isn't Lethbridge getting the games? So I started working with Randy Smith, our Norbridge Executive Director. He got on the ball and done all the hard work.
And you're getting all the credit.
And I'm getting the credit.
And the Lethbridge 2001 Alberta Seniors Games are off and running. Barry Lynn Enns reporting for Shaw TV.
After traveling 10 kilometers and passing through many hands, the torch relay arrived at the NMAC Centre for the opening ceremonies.
Province of Alberta salutes the seniors who are taking part in these games. Folks who truly prove to all of us here, that life begins after 55. It really does.
Barhead, Westlock, Port Saskatchewan, Redwater, Whiteport, and Strathcona County.
Carrying the zone banners are Mary Thomas and Wes Anderson. Our next group of participants are from the Peace Country. Its team of 125 consists of 70 male and 55 female participants. Banner carriers for the Edmonton zone are Glenn Bottenfield. This is Glenn's 3rd Alberta Senior Games, competing in slow pitch.
Total team of 166 participants is made up of 63 females and 103 male athletes. Approximately 1,100 participants competed in these playoffs in order to make up the zone team.
And what were your thoughts on the opening ceremonies?
Oh, it was great. Didn't you think it was good? We actually, by being late, the Premier and I had a chance to be under the stands with the actual participants, and it worked out wonderfully certainly for the Premier, but I think also for some of the participants, because they got to see the Premier up close and personal, and that was great. And then the entertainment, just wonderful.
I heard the participants yelling down there. What was their mood? What was the general mindset down there?
Oh, they were having a great time. They were trying to outdo each other, of course, with their theme songs and their slogans and that kind of thing. So.
And tell me, what's the spirit of the team right now going into the game?
Lovely. Everyone's is excited and ready to go.
With the games officially open, the competitions began. And although visual arts and crafts are not normally associated with athletic competitions, the Cultural Festival is very much a part of the Alberta Seniors Games.
Brigitta Byers spent close to a year cross-stitching this picture, and her work paid off with a third-place ribbon at the Alberta Seniors Games.
Since I just finished that last fall, I thought it was a good opportunity to have something in the Senior Games and encourage the games. It's very important that we participate.
The Cultural Gallery offers seniors the chance to show off their many talents in wood carving, handicrafts, and even painting. The event mirrors major games like the Olympics, which also include arts festivals.
This isn't a brand new idea, but the rationale for that, of course, is that we're not complete if we are merely physical or merely competitive, but the cultural side is important too.
Mia Sosiak, Global News.
Something that we have enjoyed doing is looking after the arts and craft, and when I knew that the games were coming to Lethbridge, I thought, well, that's where I'm going to shine. I'm going to see that it has a good send-off for the games. I must say, not only the arts and crafts, we have creative writing, and we had, was it close to 88 entries. I'm happy and pleased to think that there was a lot of people who did come out for the opening, and it just makes me real happy.
Much of the crafts here are what you'd expect to see at a seniors event. Knitting, crocheting, needlepoint, and also expressions in painting, writing, and carving. For Shaw TV, I'm Tom Yeoman.
Participants who had to be at least 55 years of age or older as of December of this year also competed in their sporting events over the 3 days. Each competitor qualified by winning first in their zone prior to coming to Lethbridge. These athletes trained to be the best, but here at the Games, only one can take home the gold.
The first day of the 2001 Alberta Seniors Games athletic competition dawned bright and clear here at the University of Lethbridge track, with the youngsters, the 55 pluses, setting the pace with the 1500 meter. Have you competed against any of these people before?
No, I have not. Like I said, I was actually the head coach for Lethbridge track for about 10 years and just quit coaching the last year or two. So I haven't competed, no, just road races.
That was a very spirited race, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a very good race. He's a tremendous runner. I actually had a goal time of 5:30 and I beat it, but he beat me by quite a ways in that last 400 meters.
You two motivated each other.
Yeah, it was great. Great competition, lots of fun. Just nice to compete.
I'm a young 54, I guess, or 55. Actually, I'm 54. I'll be turning 55 this year, so those are the rules. But running has kept me in shape. It'll enable me to deal with my grandchildren and keep up to them, hopefully.
You had a pretty fierce competitor today.
Yes, we had an excellent run. Cal was with me for pretty well the whole race. It was an excellent run on his part.
This is your first Alberta Seniors Games, but you've really been around the track before, haven't you?
Yes, I do a lot of 10 kilometer and 5 kilometer races. I've done triathlons and marathons as well. So.
You seem to know everybody.
Oh, this is a very social event, and people meet and remember over the years.
None of this fierce competition where you hate your enemies and that sort of thing.
You don't hate each other, but you compete. You definitely compete. You have to do that. You know, that's what it's all about too.
It's just a pleasure to be here. It's exciting, and I really like fitness and fellowship and fun, and that's why I'm here.
What's your impression of games thus far overall?
Oh, I'm all for these sort of things. It's just great to have people physically active and great comradeship, and just the ability to get outside and do things is wonderful.
Henderson Pitch is the place to be for the Horseshoes event. Competitors from all across Alberta are taking part in the popular activity. One of them is Audrey Atkins. She is proudly representing her community of Ashmont in what she calls an intense competition.
We have to play every zone, and it's done by points.
As with any sporting event, first place is where every athlete wants to be. And the same holds true here. But it's the camaraderie that ultimately brings these people together.
Lethbridge is a beautiful city. We've been treated very well. The meals have been good. The people are lovely.
Vinesh Pratap, Global News.
It's top of the second, and it's 4-0 for Lacombe. That's not bad considering their opponents, Grand Prairie, are unbeaten thus far in the Alberta Seniors games. At stake, the gold medal goes to the winner of this game. I could tell that you'd been playing ball for a long time, and I imagine you must have kept your hand in, because I spoke to one of your old buddies, said that he knew you when you were 15.
Yep, I used to play baseball way back when I was 14, 15. And when I got the ripe old age, I played slow pitch, starting in Barhead. I played with them for about 9, 10 years. And when I moved to Red Deer, I got on with the Lacombe team. Been playing with them now for 3 seasons.
So how ripe and how old is that?
Well, that ripe old age is over 67, yeah. Yeah,
Really?
68 in January.
You run like the wind, and I'm not just pulling your leg here.
Oh, I always have. Way back in the early 50s, I had a provincial record in what they called the 440. I guess it's 400 meter now, but I had a provincial record at that time, my last year in high school.
It'll all be history before you see these scenes, but for a brief shining moment, all these players can believe it's anybody's game. You're unbeaten. How do you feel about it? Is it over until it's over?
It's not over until it's over. We're going to come back in this last inning.
You're going to just keep batting them out there, keep jerking them out in the outfield.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to go for it. This last inning is a big inning for us.
How have the games been for you?
Really good. We've had some really close games. Really enjoyed them.
And, did you expect to do this well?
We had hopes, but we really didn't. We haven't played that much together, so it's been an interesting weekend, or week.
I'm sorry to tell you that one of your players just popped the fly and is out.
Oh, we're down to 2 outs then, so we better get at it.
At this point in time, it looks like you're going to win the gold, but is there such a thing as being too cocky about it?
Oh, for sure. Yes, not over until it's over. Yeah, for sure.
How do you feel about the seniors games, your participation in it so far?
Oh, it's been great. Great weather, and it's just been really great. Good park down here, but a little bit muddy out there in left field, but other than that, the grounds committee have done a real good job. And the rest of the games, of course, all the venues, we don't get to see too many of them, but it's been super.
Well, we've enjoyed the games. The weather's been great. We were told that Lethbridge always was blowing, but we've had a beautiful 4 days, so we really enjoyed it.
For all the cracks that have been made during the Lethbridge 2001 Alberta Seniors Games, some of the speakers should have heard the cracks of bats here at Penaquin Park. These are the boys of summer. For Shaw TV, Barry Lynn Enns reporting.
Events like the Seniors Games bring people together to socialize and to meet new friends, and of course they're an opportunity to showcase your talents and abilities, all of which promotes an active lifestyle which keeps you healthy and feeling young.
Some of them are active, but not all of them. We're happy to say that there are some activities that people can compete in where they're sitting, like bridge, contract bridge, duplicate bridge, military whist, Scrabble, cribbage. There's some where they stand, so we're getting a little more active, like bowling or lawn bowling or bocce. And then there's some that are very, very active, cycling, swimming, slow pitch, activities that we tend to think of as competitive activities. So we have the whole gamut, 24 different activities going on.
You've got physical as well as mental activities.
Yes.
And I suppose as people advance in age, sometimes their mental activities take over from their physical.
Well, actually, surprising, if you keep both areas going, we know people who are physically capable because they've kept their mental functions going. I'm familiar with some duplicate bridge players who are in their 90s, who are very competitive, and they say the reason that they're so physically capable is because they want to be able to play bridge. So they keep moving and keep doing. The other end, I'm sure, is also true. Those that are physically capable are keeping their blood circulating, and so their brain gets the oxygenated blood, and I'm sure it helps their mental functioning. So they're both very connected.
You know, we're having a wonderful time in it, and we need more 55 and older competing. Come on, you ladies out there who are 55 and over, get to your senior centers and come next 2 years. Every 2 years they hold it. Come and join us and have some fellowship and have some fun.
These participants have some mileage on them, but it's obviously good mileage. As more than one participant has observed, it keeps you competitive and fit, but from the perspective of fun and respect for each other. For Shaw TV, Barry Lynn Enns reporting.
Hosting the games was an honor and a challenge. Not only was the games office responsible for preparing facilities, planning meals, and booking accommodations, they also had to provide entertainment. Middle School was transformed this week into a beautiful bistro-style ballroom in order to accommodate the Alberta Seniors Games dance demonstrations of old-time and ballroom dance. The demonstrations took place on Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening, and although they are not a medal event, they are a very popular activity.
It's great. It's just seeing all the dances and brings back good memories and seeing a lot of good friends around. It's all lovely. Yeah.
We've got 1,700 people from all over Alberta that are coming here. And so we had to have a whole pile of entertainment for them. Some of it is for sort of nostalgia, some of it's rock and roll, some of it's different, and the Legion seemed to be a logical place to have sort of a bit of the nostalgia kind of stuff. And that's why it's packed. It was sold out first, and you can see what's going on.
We're presenting a variety show for the seniors who are all in town here for the senior games, as you're aware. It's a bit of a nostalgic type show where we're going to be singing and performing some of the songs from the Second World War. The show starts off, everybody's in a small southern Alberta town having a little bit of a party, and suddenly war is declared, and the young people say, we're going to join the army, we're going to go over there and fight. So the second scene takes place in an English pub, and then there's servicemen and servicewomen in there, and we perform some different songs that these people are familiar with because they're from their era. White Cliffs of Dover, a long way to Tipperary, pack up your troubles, your old kit bag, that type of thing.
So is there going to be any audience participation in the show?
Yes, we're going to get them to sing along, and I'm sure that these people will do that. We also have put song sheets on the tables for them.
But tonight is wonderful. We love the sing-along. It's just great. We're singing along with all the numbers. We're enjoying everything they're doing up there. It's just great.
This entertainment here is terrific. This brings back memories of the earlier years. I think it's really a really terrific evening. But this year, I think we've raised the roof. I think there's about 1,220 competitors. There's about 300 or 400 spouses and partners and so on. And so it's a huge crowd for Lethbridge, and that's why we had to have so many venues.
The success of the Alberta Seniors Games was largely dependent on the commitment of the more than 1,000 volunteers who assisted with everything from luggage to taking tickets to driving shuttle services and recording results.
Of course, the volunteer aspect is very important. These games are mostly run by volunteers. There's a few paid staff that work at the games office and who are very knowledgeable and very helpful. But when it comes right down to it, most aspect of the games, or just about every aspect of the games, is put together by volunteers. And so without them, this really couldn't run. And we've had a great turnout for volunteers. I don't think any area has said that they're short of people not being willing to help.
And the fact is that we have a lot of talented people who are willing to lend us their talent and to work hard, and this has all come together. But many others, we've got something like 100 people who have been involved intensely for a year or more, and that's the impressive part. They're willing to give that kind of time and show us their skills and their ability to work with people.
And how's the volunteers been for you?
Oh, they've been absolutely fantastic. Couldn't wish for more. They're very helpful and very knowledgeable of what's going on.
Upon completing each event, gold, silver, and bronze medals were awarded to the winners. These medals translated into points, 3 for gold, 2 for silver, and 1 for bronze. The goal for each zone was to accumulate the most points over the 3-day event. The games concluded on July 27th with everyone coming together once again for the closing ceremonies at NMAC Center.
Give me an O! No! Give me a G! G!
The Alberta Seniors Games may have ended Friday, but the spirit and camaraderie are still going strong.
This has been the best event I've ever attended. This is such a beautiful event, and yeah, it's so easy to make friends and comrades. It's just super.
Our own Zone 1 athlete